Alright, everyone, welcome back to Danganronpa. We're back. I'm over my little hump of sickness. Chihiro is dead, but we are going to avenge her on my soul. Um, let's get down to this. Byakuya, I'm willing to put aside my hatred for you, and I'm willing to work on you with this case. What do we got? You have time to talk, you have time to start investigating. Yeah, piss off. Hey, Kyoko. She took her time examining Chihiro's corpse. She poked and prodded, going over every inch of the lifeless body. You're a very strange woman, you know, being able to touch a dead body with absolutely no trouble. She seems to be concentrating pretty hard. It's like she can't even hear us. I guess let's examine the body. I can feel the life draining out of my own body. It's a dead body. Chihiro, dead body.
Strange.
But the more I look, the more strange it all seems. This must be Genocide Jack's handiwork. Well,
What?
but we're still not sure he did it. Is that what you want to say? I wonder about that. Okay, I guess like first things first, we could examine this. Because the Monokuma file says she was killed in the head. She was killed via a blunt weapon to the head. There's a blood stain. The Monokuma file said a blow to the head with a blunt object is what killed her. Does that mean this dumbbell was actually the murder weapon? I don't imagine it could have been anything else. Locker room dumbbell. Stalker, what do you gotta say? I use this locker room all the time. Now it's become the site of Chihiro's death. But why was she killed in the locker room? Actually, if you think about it, she could have been killed somewhere else, then carried here. She was very light, that is true. It wouldn't be hard for someone to carry her, but still. I still think she came here on her own by choice. What makes you say that? She'd been talking a lot lately about how she wanted to get stronger. So you're saying she came here to exercise? But according to the Monokuma file, apparently she was killed around 2 in the morning. Would she have really been exercising that late?
Perhaps.
Hino or myself are usually in the locker room during the day, so she was probably avoiding it then. Avoiding it? Although we invited her to join us more than once, never showed up. So I can only assume she was trying to avoid us. And instead she came to exercise in the middle of the night?
However,
Perhaps, but it's difficult for me to imagine she would have come alone. She didn't want to start exercising, but she specifically mentioned she couldn't do it by herself. She needed support from others. So you're saying she could have come in here in the middle of the night to train in secret, but that she'd also come with someone else? It's a possibility, I think. Okay. Mondo, what's up, goat? Hold on. No, I wanted to talk with Mondo. Out the door. Dude had a real complex about being weak. You heard Chihiro talk about it, right? Oh, I need to get stronger. Yeah, I do remember she said that more than once. Sure did. Which I guess explains the trip down here. But did she really need to get stronger that badly? You already mentioned it, but she was a girl, after all. Most girls aren't all that strong. And I don't know, man. I haven't really thought about that stuff. The cause of Chihiro's complex. Can't help but wonder what it might be. And now I believe it is time for us to move on. Huh? Ready?
what?
New clues won't magically appear by standing around here. We need to check every aspect of this case. That's true, but
Let's go.
if you're satisfied, let's hurry up and proceed. He's so pushy. I got caught up with the wrong person this time. Need your help.
I don't have time to play with
We
you.
are busy. Leave us alone. But it's an emergency! Emergency! Come on, please, you gotta help me. What is it, Hina? This is a serious emergency. Please, you gotta help me. Just calm down, okay, Hina? But it's an emergency. An emergency? What happened? Something's wrong with Toko. She's acting super strange. Well, I mean, she's acting pretty strange earlier, right? What should we do, Byakuya?
Very strange.
Since it's Toko, I must admit I'm intrigued. I suppose we can take a second to see what's going on with her. Are you sure?
Don't make me repeat myself.
Don't make me repeat myself. I didn't expect that. I thought for sure he'd just say no, and that'd be the end of it. Okay, come on, let's hurry. Wait for us, Hina.
Let's go.
It looks like she headed to the dorms, the Toko's room most likely. Toko? You good? Is Toko inside? Some kind of emergency. You guys are too slow! I think you're just too fast. So what's this emergency? Well, after what happened in the girls' locker room, we left Toko in her room so she could lay down. After a while, they came to check on her, you know, how she was doing, but when we did, it was weird. She refused to come out and kept saying all this weird stuff. Weird stuff?
It's fine.
We should try talking to her ourselves. Yeah, good idea. Alright. May as well give it a shot. Holy crap. An aura of negativity flowed out from behind the door, forcing a grasp out of me.
What? Oh, nothing. It's just that Hina was really worried about you holding yourself up in your room.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, sure thing. But could you open up just for a second?
Won't allow it.
Huh?
I won't let Genocide Jack have control.
It's her. It's her. It's her. Genocide Jack is her split personality. She's been acting like that the whole time when I rang a little while ago. It's her. Let's kill her. I'll drive out the killer. Did you drive out the murderous fiend? It doesn't make any sense, right? I was afraid to leave her in there alone, so I tried to bust down her door, but it felt like something was holding it shut on the other side. I couldn't even bulge it. Toko was scared enough to even bar her door. Does she think the same thing as Byakuya? Does she think the serial killer Genocide Jack really murdered Chihiro? Is that why she's so scared? No, she's scared because she realizes she's got some sort of like split personality where she is Genocide Jack. I'm predicting that. Whatever it is, I'm really worried about it. Isn't there anyone who might be able to persuade her? Oh yeah. Hey Byakuya, you think you could ask her? To come out of her room, I mean.
That's fine.
Sure. Whatever. Huh? You're gonna talk to her, Byakuya? Wow, I guess you can be nice when you want to. Byakuya stood in front of her door, not making a sound, and pressed the doorbell. After a few moments,
What do you want?
leave me alone, you're all so annoying. Byakuya,
Byakuya.
I'm sorry, I couldn't keep our promise. But don't worry, never again. I won't let Genocide Jack have control ever again. And with that, the door slammed shut. Even Byakuya couldn't pull it off. There's nothing else we can do. Let's get back to the investigation. Hold on! Hey Byakuya, what was Toko talking about just now? Something about a promise? Hmm? Oh, I have no idea. Another one of her delusions, I'm sure. But
Stop talking.
if I say I don't know, that means I don't know. Just let Hina take care of it. Take care of her. Oh, yeah, okay. I'll stay here and keep an eye on her.
Let's go.
Well then, let's go. Without waiting for a reply, Byakuya sped away. Byakuya! And I hurried to catch up. Whoa, there's so many books and files. So much dust,
So in
too.
other words,
I would say there's enough value in this place to endure the dust. Okay. Lamp. So many files that's onto the shelf. What are these things? These documents are dangerous. Dangerous? They detail all the people who control the world from behind the scenes. Dangerous truth for a commoner. You mean like members of the Diet or something? No, I mean the ones with the real power. The secret council controlling everything from the shadows. You're ready to be disappeared for it? Take a look. There's some very interesting people in there. You're just kidding, right? Am I? I'll just let it go for now. Oh, it's a desk lamp. Oh, he has the same one I saw Byakuya using in the library before. Do you have a problem with that lamp? It was here before, then I moved it over there. It's too dark over there, so I thought I'd put it to good use. Okay. There's a wooden box. It's empty. Although, judging by the smudges and the dust, it looks like there was something inside. I wonder what it was. There was an extension cord plugged in there. It proved very useful. I was in the library. Alright, Byakuya, just get to the point, bro. Okay. There's a ton of thick files stuck into this bookshelf. Graphic, disturbing photos from all kinds of crime scenes. It's the kind of thing any normal person would never want to look at. Be careful. What do you mean? All those files are investigation reports related to different cold cases. Those are internal documents for police eyes only. You're not the kind of thing you'd expect to leak. Oh. So what? Oh, a camera up there? And the bookshelf behind them. Oh, what? Wait, so. Oh, okay. These books. Pick one at random. You have a sharp eye indeed to select that file. Huh? That's the report on a presidential assassination, the original. It's kept at the National Library. It won't be this declassified for another 30 years. Are you sure you want to look at it now? There's no telling whose crosshairs you might wind up in for peeking at it. Without making a sound, I return the file to the shelf. Are you finally beginning to understand the true splendor of this library? The entire reason I was interested in this library is because of this room right here. It's home to classified government documents, police records, things no ordinary person would ever see. Isn't it magnificent? This can't be for real, right?
Such ignorance.
That's your guys' problem. Anything that doesn't fit in your preconceived reality, you label it a lie. Well, it's not that. It's not like I totally refuse to believe it, but I mean, there's just so much. How could anyone have put all this together? I suppose it goes to show how much Hope's Peak truly wields, or perhaps the mastermind may have wanted to provide us with enough entertainment to keep us from getting bored. No use. I can't keep up with all this. It's just too unreal. What's wrong? Still can't believe it. What about you? How can you believe it so easily? Things like that are usually impossible. What do you mean, usually? Usually, normal, ordinary, simple? Those things don't exist anywhere in the real world. If you don't understand what they actually represent, you don't understand the nature of anything. You don't pull your punches, do you? Besides, what you consider unusual is based on your common sense, right? But what makes you think your common sense applies to me at all? The documents gathered here are genuine. I have reviewed them multiple times, so there is no doubt. Hold on a second. You're saying you read all these documents and more than once? But all this has to be like top secret confidential stuff, right? So why? My family has a reading room just like this at our home. Ours is bigger, of course, and not as dusty. Huh? Members of the Togami family have access to any variety of government-related documents. That includes foreign powers as well as domestic. How is that possible?
So in other words,
I already told you. There's a secret council that controls the world from the shadows. My family is a member of that council. And I have within me the bloodline that will allow me to one day bend the world to my will. But to become such a ruler, I must know all the levels of this world backwards and forwards. So whenever I have time, I like to review whatever documents and materials that interest me. Which is why I can proclaim without a doubt that the materials gathered here are the real thing. This is beyond believing or not believing. Byakuya is actually starting to scare me more than the actual mastermind. And what always interested me the most were the cold case police investigation reports. Reading through those reports have always been a hobby of mine ever since I was little. It's an excellent mental exercise. I've solved more than a few of those cases just by reviewing the reports. And among all those reports, one of my recent favorites is the Genocide Jack case. As he talked, Byakuya grabbed a specific file from the shelf. This is the complete case file. Every single report surrounding the Genocide Jack cases have been compiled in here. Because there are so many, allow me to quickly summarize the main points. To begin, there are two notable characteristics in every Genocide Jack murder. The first characteristic is that every crime scene the word bloodless is written by the victim's own blood. And the second is that when the victims are murdered, their bodies are suspended in a certain way. Bloodlust is written in blood and the victim's body is suspended. It's exactly the same as what happened to Chihiro. Save your surprise. The best part is yet to come. For the second characteristic where the victims are suspended, the only ones who know about that or particular fact were members of the police and the other higher-ups. By all accounts, nobody in the media ever found out. Huh? In other words, no one on the news, no one online, nobody knew about that aspect of each crime. Only key officials and the killer himself knew about that, this act of mounting the victim. Now, if you recall Chihiro's corpse, her body was most certainly mounted in this fashion. So how could the killer have known about suspending the victim?
That's right.
That's the key question. But in fact, the answer is quite simple.
In other
The
words,
culprit isn't a copycat killer. It's the real Genocide Jack.
in other words,
That right there is the evidence that Genocide Jack has hidden himself among the rest of us. And Genocide Jack really is. Such a brutal, fiendish killer really is walking around among us.
interesting.
Things are starting to get interesting, aren't they? I never imagined a killer with such a reputation would ever become part of our little game. Now, don't you think it'd be good for you to take a look at what I've already seen? He might just manage to ferret out a clue or two.
Such ignorance.
If you get down on your knees and beg, I might even show you my stuff. Okay. Like which one? Like, kind of wish you would have showed me.
That's fine.
Oh, well, you didn't beg, but I guess it's okay this time. Feel free to look at it in here, but you can't take it with you. Byakuya handed me the file and I flipped through it with tense, nervous fingers. Suddenly, my hands stopped. I'd reached the page where photos from the scenes of each crime had been collected. Names of Genocide Jack's victims ran for several pages. Ken Harada, Tetsuo Honda, Shoji Gaku, Kano Esse, Takashi Yoshida. But one thing became perfectly clear as I read. All of the killer's countless victims are killed and suspended in exactly the same way. Bloodlust was enough. Now take a look at the next page and you'll find another interesting tidbit. The next page. Profiling results took place either on weekdays, at night, or during holidays, either day or night. The most common time for killings to take place is on holidays in the afternoon. Based on these facts, it was suggested that the suspect may be a student. Evidence suggests that the students lingered at the scene, but when they did leave, they were in a panic. Because an eyewitness was never accounted forward, it's unlikely there was an external reason for this. This confused behavior suggests that the suspect may potentially suffer from dissociative identity disorder.
So, in other words,
The key point here is that the culprit may as well have a split personality. Split personality, like the things you kind of think you see on TV. So I'm part of another totally unbelievable story. This one is way more unbelievable than anything else up until now. Or maybe it isn't. I don't know. I feel like my mind has gone numb.
let's go.
Alright, we should get going soon. Where are we going? Anywhere but here. We finished business here, haven't we? Wait, Byakuya! Yeah, it's Toko. It's 100% Toko. Like, can we just, like, the way she's been, like, tweaking, it's gotta be her. As usual, Byakuya turned and left without another word. I hurried out of the library to catch up. Well, this is where we part ways. I have some things I need to take care of before the class trial. All of a sudden like that?
Time to
Come
play
on,
here.
enough of your annoying misapprehensions. Did you really think we'd be together this whole time? Take responsibility for yourself and do something useful. Move the investigation forward on your own.
Goodbye.
Well, goodbye. And just like that, he was gone. Just as quickly as he asked me to join him, he cut me off. In the end, I felt like I was just playing up this plaything getting tossed around. At the same time, I uncovered some really important clues thanks to him. Genocide Jack. He is the one that killed Chihiro. And that murderous fiend is one of us. But who is it? I have to find that out no matter what it takes. But to do that, there's somewhere I have to go investigate one more time. the girls' locker room, check the boys' locker room, and the others might have come out with some info. Check everything I can. Oh, Celeste. Celeste, what are you doing here? This warehouse is amazing. It is absolutely everything one might need to live a full life. From food to clothes to towels, there's an endless supply to choose from. I see that, but have you found anything related to the case? I knew you were going to ask me that. I thought talking about the warehouse itself might misdirect you, but I see it was pointless. Then you did find something. Very well. I will tell you and only you. Last night, I saw her here. Chihiro was in the warehouse. What? Really? This was right before nighttime.
Hmm? What are you doing out this late?
Oh, I was just.
Are you planning to go exercise, perhaps?
Man, this is probably the last time we're gonna hear Chihiro and like see her living. God, man, why did it have to be her? Actually, why? Why her? Just
What? How did you know?
Because I can see a blue track jacket sticking out of that duffel bag you're carrying.
Oh, you're right. Thanks. Well, I'd better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
she stuck the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It is almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
Yes, indeed.
I assume she was merely stocking up to go exercise in the morning, but it appears she ignored the nighttime rule and headed directly to the girls' locker room. If she hadn't broken our rule, none of this ever would have happened. You get what you deserve, I suppose. Okay. Whoa, Celeste. You're cool, but don't diss Chihiro. So apparently, she went out to the girls' locker room late at night in order to exercise without anyone knowing. But the strange thing is, there was no trace of the track jacket or duffel bag Celeste said she saw Chihiro carrying, which meant the killer would have gotten rid of it somehow.
I'm getting tired
Shit.
of waiting. Shall we just
Oh
get to it?
no.
It's the moment you've all been waiting for. The class trial.
I feel like I
You
don't get
remember
shit.
where to meet, right?
I feels like I got nothing compared to like the Leon and Sayaka
Please
thing.
go through the red door on the first floor. See you soon.
It's about to begin. All right. All right, let's log in. So everyone ready or what? Am I blind or are we missing someone? Yeah, Toko's not here. And Toko is. You really don't remember? Kidding, I'm just kidding. How could I forget that little nut job? She's a crucial part of the class trial this time. Okie dokie. I'll go ahead and drag her out of here, kicking and screaming. Just one moment, please. And just like that, he said a few minutes later, he reappeared dragging Toko behind him. I told him I didn't want to, but he forced me. I can't believe you drag a girl around. Terrible! You are terrible! Ew, so now everyone's here, right? Okay then, I'll storm to the elevator and let's get the show on the road. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
So shall we get going? Time to find out who killed Chihiro. Chihiro Fujisaki. She was so gentle, so calm and meek. Nobody had any problems with her. Someone made the choice to kill a girl like that. Then the murderer is one of us. Someone's standing right here. Yeah, Toko, just come, Byakuya, it's over, bro. I gave you plenty to work with. Show us how far your logic can take you. Hina, you got well, there's something odd about Toko's behavior. I do not think mere shock is enough to explain it. Hina. I guess I wasn't much help at all on this one. Mondo.
Hey, come on.
Fucking Toko, man. What's got her still worked up? Good. Miss Fujisaki, I must admit, for being 3D, she was quite remarkable. Of course, just the idea of 3D makes me cringe. Sakura? I will uncover the villain who performs such heinous acts with a weaker individual. Yeah, okay, I might as well talk to everybody. Shall we begin? I don't know why the killer did what they did, but I'm sure it'll work out itself. Just as always prevails, right, bro? You ready? We doing this? Alright, let's go, though.
It's true.
Give a small nod and reply with one last step. Alright. Steel box sank with heavy clunking sounds deeper and deeper into the ground, and as we went deeper, the uneasiness in my heart grew bigger and bigger. The elevator was unaffected, however, and continued to descend without hesitation until finally it came to a sudden stop. What'd you think? I redecorated. Isn't it so fresh? Isn't it so exciting? Don't waste our time with stupid questions. Let's get this over with. Good. You're rip-rip. Got a sick? No, not at all. Okay then, let's get this show on the road. Everyone, please find your assigned seats. And so the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly fate, a deadly clash trial. Yeah, let's go ahead and save. Alright. Do I even have any new skills other than handiwork? Yeah, I'm good. So we got Soccer's account, who was like declining to go, wanted to avoid everybody. She was killed with a dumbbell. Magda's account is that she had a weak complex. The card reader thing, the dead student's handbooks. Junko's e-handbook is broken. Genocide Jack case. Hina's account of Chihiro keeping her distance and being more comfortable around boys. Sakura spelling coffee on the boys' locker room. The carpet and the posters getting changed. Chihiro's e-handbook missing. The body being weird. Disappearing stain, got that. The cord and Celeste's account. Okay. Lock in.
Let's begin with a basic explanation. If you can figure out who done it, then I'll punish everyone besides the black. Okay then, let's talk about the murder weapon.
Okay. I'm pretty sure I remember like the buttons to press and stuff. Alright, locker room dumbbell.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
Facts.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument.
Facts. Facts.
What kind of blunt instrument could it have been? I bet it was an iron pipe.
No!
Interesting. That certainly would make for a powerful.
It's not it! No! Is there... What... How...
Chihiro's fatal injury.
How do you fast forward it?
It appears it was a head wound.
Hold on. How do you fast forward? Okay, crit.
According to the Monokuma file, then what kind of blunt instrument could it have been? I bet it was an iron pipe.
No! Dumbbell!
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell? It was covered in blood.
And the wound on the victim's head, as far as I'm concerned,
You looked at her head wound?
That's so creepy!
Yeah, I feel Toko, like, giving him that side eye, yeah.
If you don't mind, I will. Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act.
What? For real?
Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
Did he really kill Chihiro? Well, yes. For this debate, lines of white noise will appear to disrupt your reaction. Your truth bolts will disappear if they hit these lines. To think of them as obstacles in your debate. Oh, okay. I see. So basically, shoot white noise holding the right trigger. Okay, I see. I see.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible.
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on. There's just no proof for it.
There is.
It's wrong.
I might know one reason he could be involved.
What?
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library. I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth. So let's forget about that for now. More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail. According to the file, there appear to be two defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody...
Oh, that's right. Boob lust.
No. It's actually bloodlust.
But more important is the other characteristic. And
Never made public? What the hell is it?
why don't you tell them, Makoto?
I got it! Apparently, in every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way. Other than
Facts.
the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way. So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it? There's only one logical answer I can think of. It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
No fucking way!
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Yes, in fact, it's Toko.
What?
Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
What? Hey, okay, wait, hold on a sec. Toko has like bloodophobia or whatever, remember? What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
Another riddle? Man, why is this gotta be so complicated?
Hangman's Gambit. Wait. Uh-oh. I don't remember this at all. H? What? I don't remember this at all. Nah, see? Schizophrenia! Schizo!
Now I understand. Is it because Genocide Jack has a split personality?
Huh?
I think I read that somewhere in the file too. They thought that the suspect might have, what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
Oh, okay. But still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is...
Perfectly acceptable. Toko's strange behavior after seeing
Her behavior changed, like, drastically.
You're
That's not
talking
it?
About how she started.
That's right. Think back.
Wait, no.
She fainted when she
Oh,
saw Chihiro's corpse.
I guess that's right. I
and
thought I
then,
lost a
when
heart
she woke
because,
up,
or half a heart because of that. It must be because of the Hangman's Gambit.
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tongue without permission.
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm. In other words, within her is one personality that can't handle blood.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room,
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in. It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
what?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
How?
Yeah. How can you know all this?
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how could you know? What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Huh?
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation. She told me a most interesting story.
Uh-oh,
She
lore.
said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time. And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
This is all a lie. Right, Toko?
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
What?
You promised. I can't believe you lied.
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to.
What if she like jumps up and kills him and like goes to
This
get killed
is the
because you know
real
she's the
world,
Balkan?
not some romantic fantasy fairy tale. Besides, you broke your promise first. You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone. But in spite of that promise,
You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me. That's the only reason I promised.
how many times do I have to tell you? I never said that, but you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
I tried. I swear I tried to control it.
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
I hate you.
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
The person you don't mean.
Uh-oh. Oh.
Hello there. Is it me you were hoping to see?
What the heck?
So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm the ultimate murderous
Genocide
fiend,
Jew?
Genocide
Oh.
Jack. Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jew.
What the fuck is this? Toko, what happened to you?
Not Toko. That's a loser name. And what happened is a textbook split personality. So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's faults.
Hey, Furby, get away from her!
So intense.
Like they say, sound in murderous mind, sound in murderous body.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back view, just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that just...
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Some of us think you might be the mastermind, but
Well, I'll tell you, I am the mastermind of all masterminds! Just kidding!
Then it's not true?
of course it's not true. How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid? And another thing, the police and government and society and the... I mean, they just let this idiotic bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town.
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people. It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone. Just kidding again!
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death. There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
A motive?
Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed. Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined. So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion.
Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
Do you really expect any of us to...
Yeah. I could never believe a word you say, you monster.
I think it's Byakuya or Toko or Jill. Maybe. Maybe she's totally right about that, but something's still bothering me. What she said, I need to get more details about all this. Make your argument. Status of the dead body. Okay.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely. What more proof do we need?
I was supposed to shoot what he said. I see that now.
You killed her.
You killed her, Byakuya.
You say that,
But perhaps if you had a...
oh, an alibi.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely.
No, it's wrong. Are the methods of murder really exactly the same? I'm not so sure about that. I think there's a slight difference.
Huh? How's it any different?
Uh-oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you! I murder with passion and conviction. I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things. Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee. This is no creation of mine.
Well, let me rephrase that in a way that maybe makes more sense. There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
The victim's fatal injury.
For one, the cause of death is different. In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way. According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors. But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
Ah, yes. That is remarkably different from the other murders.
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail, and there's more? One...
That's right. In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce.
Could you please stop comparing killing people to cooking?
So, are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
What was used to suspend her?
Do you remember what the killer used to suspend her? They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrist.
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous Genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend. Specifically, here's...
And guess what? I used my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement. Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use. And you know what else? Big Mac said there's two differences, but he's wrong.
Big Mac? Are you referring to me?
Listen up, Big Mac. There's actually one more difference.
Huh?
My word, you really didn't notice? There's a pattern there. Just
A pattern?
figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
There's a pattern. Because she, oh yeah, she only killed boys. Or men.
Because
What are you talking about?
in all the Genocide Jack cases,
They're men. Yeah.
They were all guys?
That's right! The people I kill with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men! I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
The hell is wrong with you?
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl, and the movie side of me just hates it. But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged fan madam!
So since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid. I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality.
We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it. It's a different matter entirely. When you're forced to kill in order to survive.
Wait, lolly car!
Lowly? Cur?
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival. And if by some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect.
That does make some amount of sense.
So it was Byakuya and he was trying to frame it on Toko.
I would never leave out my prized scissors. Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
She uses her own scissors.
Don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class envy of the entire world.
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Are you sure about that? That's right! So I can kill anywhere, anytime! Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side? Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong, you can you gutter dogs! Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot! So rope's totally out of the question anyway!
I have no idea what's going on anymore. Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
Yeah. That's why we figured it had to be the real deal and not some copycat killer or whatever.
One person who could have copied the Genocide Jack cases. Byakuya. You know, I don't like Toko, but I dislike Byakuya even more. Get this fucker out of there.
Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it?
Yes, yes, yes. Oh my gosh, the downfall of Byakuya. Get this mother trucker out of here.
Plus, you already looked through the Genocide Jack file before.
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
Then the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
Oh, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp. The adorable glasses man was behind it all. Oh, I'm on fire!
Well, Byakuya, what's your response?
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me. Then I must ask. When would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely
You didn't.
must have an answer.
You kept your cool. I'll give you that. You kept your cool the entire time.
Look, the way you were acting right before.
I don't even remember that.
You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away.
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why...
Nothing strange about that, I'd say.
On the contrary, there's something very strange.
Okay then, what's so strange about it? Go ahead, share with the rest of the class.
Oh no. Truth flashback. If you aim at a weak spot and hold down the left mouse button, then you'll memorize that weak spot. This memorized phrase can only be shot once as a single truth bullet. If you shoot or change the truth bullet, it'll disappear from your truth cylinder. However, you can use this flashback feature as many times as you want. If you don't seem to have any answer to a lie or a contradiction in your loaded truth bullets, it might be wise to memorize a different weak spot and use that to make your case. One's the best time to flashback where you just use your keen wits. In this case, though, I will say that if you don't use flashback, you won't be reading anything. Lord have mercy. But I guess I didn't.
Actually, because you see that extension.
The extension cord.
Byakuya, you've used the same extension went missing. And there's no way someone who uses that extension.
And Byakuya must be the one who took. That's really what you think? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room. Then I intentionally made it look. Is that about right?
Yes.
What's wrong? I asked you.
Hell yes, that's what happened.
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
You kept calling this a game, right?
Sorry, but I think we need her.
Do we really?
I know, but still, there's something that's still big.
Is that right? I killed her in the girls' locker. Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was. What about all that bothers you?
I got it! You say you killed Chihiro, but are you sure about that?
How disappointing. What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, she was found dead in the girl. How could the scene of the crime have...
Well, I think it's entirely along with the rest of the murder scene.
The rest of the murder scene?
He killed her, blood got splattered on the poster, and he swapped them.
That was awfully specific.
I believe
When the story suddenly moved to a crime scene, Byakuya, who'd been so confident up until now, maybe Byakuya never even realized that the actual scene of the crime could have been somewhere else.
Don't just move on without permission. What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder...
The posters.
I got it! The proof that she was killed somewhere else.
Your proof?
Is the poster in the girl's locker a picture of a big boobed supermodel? But don't. Why would the girl's locker?
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
Meanwhile, the boys' locker room had a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado. Again, that doesn't.
So you're saying that maybe.
And there's one other thing I know. You know what I'm talking about.
You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Protein coffee?
While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee, but I noticed that after the murder...
It was
I got it! The stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found...
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
Then, does that mean that the cut...
Why? To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. What? In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the blood-stained poster and carpet were moved along. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but...
Huh?
Why would they go through all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime? Actually, an even bigger question. Then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place? To get into the locker rooms, you have to... But Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access. She had no way to get in.
No, she did have a way.
I highly doubt that.
Shut up, I'm telling you.
Alright, I mean, let's hear him out. I mean, he hasn't done anything, like, ever. Broken. Ooh, Leon.
Really possible?
Leon's thing.
Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
Ah, I got it. She must have hacked her e-handbook.
Nah.
She was the ultimate program.
That is true, but no.
I'm sure that would have been no problem for her.
No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
I missed. Oh no, what? That hit? Huh.
No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
I am struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Plus, isn't there a regulation?
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one. In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook.
Yup. Hit the nail square on the noggin.
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said.
You can't fix an e-handbook.
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook...
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just wrong?
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room.
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
I also vote for Byakuya.
Hold on a second. I agree with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say? There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right?
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
What? What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial?
Wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting? Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial recess.
For real?
Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
So before I even knew what was happening, the class trial had been put on hold. We headed off with Kyoko in the lead, and where she took us was... Okay, to the body.
The girls' locker room?
We've already searched this place top to bottom. What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time. Be sure to examine the entire...
Examine her. No, wait.
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just based on religious grounds, you know?
Very well. I'll do it.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her. So just leave this to me.
Sakura.
What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about?
That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Her entire body? What?
What is it?
Not possible. It's not possible. This girl is
what?
Is a boy.
What?
Ah, I see. So she was actually a he. Interesting. Thank you for confirming this fact.
You're joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
Ben, it's really true?
Chihiro was a guy?
Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat. Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
He was a cross-dresser?
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting.
But now we gotta like think about how he ended up in here.
Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting. Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and... I do we've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a...
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy. And because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Assuming his handbook did, in
That
fact,
that
list his
explains why he
gender
went
as
at
male,
night.
then yes, that would be true.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room. And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Well, I must admit, I did find it.
Oh, look at that. He's nervous.
I knew he felt
He's
a little
sweating.
off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
This is the most titillating situation!
So now everything has been
Okay, well, connected or clear or...
very interesting.
He's off in his zone.
What about you, Makoto? After...
Well,
Yes,
without
yes.
a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. But I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
He just seems to be too easygoing.
He's
about
just
this.
he's trying to play it
Like
off.
he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... He consciously chose to use the extension cord. At least, that's how I see it. And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again, when you found out Chihiro was out, if you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Please, please let him be the killer. Get him out of here. Get out.
He's right. I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
Are you fucking with us right now?
No, I am not effing with you right now.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
Go ahead. Find it very hard to believe. You're free to be.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important. Now then, if it...
Well, I don't think that...
We're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, because if we're wrong, we all die here.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we
The killer is a guy. So, if that's true, if it is a guy, it's either Yasuhiro, Hifumi, Mondo, Taka, just those four. Or Byakuya, but like, we just confirmed he's not it, so it's one of those four.
I believe someone else did see...
Now that you mention... Oh, but the rest of you had no idea.
Whatever, just
It was last night, right before... I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag, and then I...
track jacket and a double bag.
It seems likely that the...
And that is what...
Wait. Is it still the same week?
Chihiro told me but why would he be in a hurry?
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way.
But Hina and I had invited him to it.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out.
Which means that conversely, he must have enough so that he would.
The point is, whoever he met up with.
But knowing what we know,
No. You already.
huh?
You know who the. Think back to the track jacket and focus on the details of these.
Are you sure? You really think we can figure out?
Why? You want to?
Even if we had the equipment.
As was noted, the evidence.
Maybe, but we can make certain.
Easy for you to. But fine. Celeste.
The bag was. All the bags in there are the same, so
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent. Do you think there might be some?
Perhaps. Let's.
Oh my gosh. Alright, well, let's see here. Celeste's account again.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed.
Mm-hmm.
He was on his way to go exercise.
Facts. Facts.
So next we have to
Check.
ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit. Cause exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out?
Goodness gracious, broski. I'm starting to think it's Yasuhiro.
You heard him, right?
I'm gonna try shooting Yasuhiro's thing.
On his way, so next week, why did he choose?
What do you mean?
I got it! It matched the one.
So, the killer was wearing this.
My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have. Cause exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit
Bang.
personally.
Fuck.
Shoot!
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
What? Okay, there's only one thing left to shoot then.
First of all, he was on his way, so next, why did he choose?
What do you mean?
I got it! It matched the one.
So, what? The killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit?
Okay.
No, it's wrong.
That I was just being stupid on that one, I guess. I IDK.
Hold on a second, Mom.
Huh? What'd I say?
Oh, he slipped up.
When Celeste testified, she never said anything. So why did you?
What are you? You just
Hey, Celeste, what color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of
Are you fucking serious?
the only one I
Then, Mondo.
Because I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
No, that can't be it. The bag and clothes
So it was
were
him.
clearly disposed of by the time.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the track is if he saw Cherry with it before he died.
Cherry.
So, how about it? Did you see the track?
Just by chance. He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
No, that can't be. When Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure if you just ran into him briefly.
It would appear you dug your own.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shove. Focus on the tracks.
now I am your true intention. That's why you said you knew who.
That's right. Mondo was my target all along. But why? That's a good question.
The way he was
There
acting.
was a certain turning point. Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you only call guys dude. And after he was killed, you happened. Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me.
Are you a witch? She's a witch!
No, not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murder.
Mondo, was it really you? Did you really kill Chihiro?
I didn't kill anyone. You've been all over me, judging everything I
Are
say,
you?
putting words in
Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you? This case started with the two most hated characters I dislike in this whole game being. This whole case was built up to them being the killers, and now it has turned on Mondo, who. What? Oh my lord.
right to treat me like a goddamn criminal.
Yeah, he would never do something like that. This is a false accusation.
It's true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
That was fast.
Well, this does present.
My time has nearly come. That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Oh yeah, that reminds me.
Really? What kind of evidence?
Actually, you know, now that I'm...
Jeez, does your confidence just get...
It happens to be an
Chihiro's.
We know Chihiro's hand.
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found...
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit.
Well, that's what I was hoping.
I imagine the culprit broke it.
That's odd. I didn't think.
You're right. They're totally waterproof.
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is for all your confidence.
How
By hitting its weak point? Yeah.
You already told us before.
Sure, maybe I let that...
But if the handbook is supposed to never...
Then we can only assume that you know what the weakness is. Right. I think it's a necessary piece of info.
But if I tell you,
Just tell us already.
oh well. Then allow me to make a special... When it's exposed to high temperatures for... I flippin' knew it!
You knew it?
Yeah, because I found the temperature in the sauna can reach
Uh,
over
ooh.
200 degrees. It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air.
So Mondo killed Chihiro the same night him and Taka went into the
If the
sauna.
hot air of the sauna, that layer of air would get... So when you're in a sauna... Interesting. That is a mere...
Anyway, if then the killer must have been purposely
Meaning the culprit somehow knew it's weak.
But how'd they find out?
Indeed.
What if they found out?
What do you mean?
What if the killer took their own hand? They'd realize it was broken, of course. And once they had Chihiro's handbook...
I won't say it's not. I don't know of anyone who took.
I might know someone who did. I think the one who may have taken...
Nah, dude. Oh my gosh. It really is him. God damn it.
Here's my answer. Mondo.
What? Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
Mondo and Taka had an and for the contest, but little did he realize, he'd also left... And when it was all over,
No, wait, hold on. I don't accept this. Show me...
And we're still doing TS. Okay, nice. Wow.
Let's test Makoto's...
Mondo.
The fuck is that?
The broken handbook isn't that one.
What the heck are you
What I mean is, I think he took Leon's after all. Monokuma.
That's right.
So then, which would mean that the...
But doesn't that violate the school regulation?
Well, there is a rule about loaning your... It's kind of a gray area, I admit. As such.
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, I'm happy to admit I made a mistake. But...
Son of a bitch. What's wrong, bro? Come on. Tell him he's wrong. You are wrong. You have to be wrong. Everything you just said is wrong.
You made it all up! Okay, then why don't we that way? Everything will be
Alright. I low-key forgot about this. Okay.
First, let's take a look.
I think this is right.
Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro. At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a
He.
bowl. That something was a blue tracksuit. With bag in hand, she made her way to. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl? Simple, because which is why he was able to use. Once inside, he met. It seems likely that the killer grabbed and attacked. And that's where the blood stick. It was likely in the heat of the moment.
God dang. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes
Which
sense.
is why the killer then removed.
Okay.
Which is why the killer then removing the. And finally carrying a girl's handbook, but this alone doesn't prove. After all, Sayaka and using one of those. And that's exact with the carpet and the poster. They changed the layout. That could have been the end. Byakuya discovered the body and. So, after he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library.
Why would he just go and do that? If they would have voted Toko out, they all would have been killed. He solely did this to just mess with everybody.
Own blood. He wanted to create the illusion that.
Oh my. Oh no.
Time that the killer, having already despair, they planned to destroy. And just as the killer expected, somehow the killer knew, and the reason they knew that is because the sun. And that's how. Isn't that right, Mondo Errata?
Wait. Here's your evidence. You need evidence without any proof?
Oh my gosh. I think.
Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False.
Yeah. Okay, I just left click last time.
I won't listen. False. I refuse to vote. Show me some evidence. You're wrong.
You, I really need this negative to go away.
Show me some evidence. I won't listen. False. You're corrupt. I refuse to vote. I refute you. False. You're corrupt.
Say something, Pidge.
Show me some evidence.
This should prove it.
Yeah, just pull out your handbook. Could have been solved a lot sooner, but just oh my word.
Thinking so Mondo must must have replaced. In which case, we don't gotta do that. Huh?
Yeah, I did it. I killed him.
Damn, Mondo. I really liked you, man. Come on. And what's crazy is that it was so much build up to being Toko or Byakuya, if not both. And then they just turn it on Mondo, who was low key one of my favorite characters.
What are you saying?
I got no choice, man. After hearing all that, I got... Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with. Ask for the goddamn verdict.
Roger that.
Wait! Hold on!
No waiting. No time for the moment we've all. Who will you elect? Will you make the right choice? What's it gonna be?
Uh-oh, this time it looks like you all got it right again. Yes, it is so. The Blacken that killed Chihiro Fujisaki was Mondo Owada. In case you're wondering, the vote was not anonymous. Kiyotaka chose the wrong answer. You are treading very closely to the danger zone, Mr. Ishimaru. You need to be more careful. I refuse to believe it. There's no way he would kill someone. Sorry. Why are you apologizing? Why? Why? Why did you do it?
Now then.
Well, it looks like Mondo's taking a vow of silence, so allow me to explain on his behalf.
Actually,
The story of the murders this time is the sad story of two men. Oh, but for anyone who doesn't really want to hear it, you can just hit the control key to fast forward the text. Anyway, there was once a young boy, and his name was Chihiro Fujisaki. He had an extreme inferiority complex regarding his own lack of strength. You are so weak, even though you are a boy. He had heard things like that as long as he could remember, and he couldn't overcome his weakness. On the contrary, he tried to hide and bury himself further and further into that weakness, to take on the fragile form of a petite young girl. He had chosen that as his way out. Now, no one will be able to say anything about even though you're a boy, but no matter how tightly he wrapped himself in that shell, the inferiority complex had already taken root deep inside of him, and what was not so easily weeded out. As it turned out, the shell was completely empty. The complex didn't disappear. Instead, it only grew stronger and stronger. I'm weak. Once the killing game had begun here at the school, he had no choice but to accept this fact. After all, this world is survival of the fittest. If you're not strong enough, you don't survive. And then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets, which of course included Chihiro's embarrassing secret, which I was much more willing to divulge. Even though he dresses like a girl, Chihiro is actually a boy. And that was something Chihiro couldn't let anyone find out, no matter the cost. If that was revealed, it would be the end. The hardened shell would crack, the armor would fall away. Without a doubt, those around him would torture him more than ever before. Everyone figured being thrust into such a dilemma must have sent him spiraling into despair. And yet...
I'm sorry.
I don't really want to talk about it right now.
But...
I also don't want to leave things the way they are, so maybe I can talk about it later. After I try my best to become strong, then I can tell everyone. Annoyingly, he used the threat of discovery to motivate himself to become stronger.
That's right.
Now's my
I
chance.
want to change.
I'm going to get stronger and accept who I am. Strong enough so that when someone says even though you're a boy, I'll be okay. I'll get better. With that thought at the front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action, and so... that day he made the commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to retrain his mind and body, but sadly, that would be the first and only chance he would get at it.
Hey,
When he decided to start exercising, he thought it'd be good to ask for someone's help. But he wanted to tell that person a secret first, and then ask them for help from there. And the person he went to,
that's right.
it was me. Yep, it sure was. The biker gang fella had been painfully clear about how important his manly promises were. So Chihiro probably figured that even he confided in Mondo, his honor would make him keep that secret. Plus, Mr. Macho Mondo was the very symbol of a strong man that Chihiro had always aspired to. Maybe talking to Mondo about it would give him some courage. So he went and asked Mondo to help him become strong. That was his aspiration. And even though he thought that only with Mondo's support would he be able to come close to that. So that must be why Mondo did what he did, to keep the promise he made to Chihiro. Huh? Did what he did? You mean, that's why Mondo carried Chihiro from the boys' locker room into the girls' locker room?
Indeed.
Yes, that's exactly what Was it not to cover up what he'd done?
Certainly.
That could have been part of it, but I don't think it was the main reason. The real purpose was to keep his promise between men he'd made to Chihiro. But how does moving the body keep his secret? Because if everyone knew he'd been killed in the locker room, then everyone would have been arguing how she got into the locker room, right? Once that started up, only a few of us would have immediately begun to suspect his identity, so he tried to protect Chihiro's secret by putting him in the girls' locker room and stealing his hand. See? Then Mondo did all that to keep its promise he made to Chihiro, who he had also killed? Why? Why would he do that? The more I hear you talk, the more I don't understand. I mean, you guys trusted each other, right? So why? Why did you? Because no matter what I did, no matter what, I didn't want anyone to know.
I knew it.
So that's what triggered it after all. The possibility of having your own embarrassing memories and secrets exposed.
What is this?
That's impossible. Nothing could have been that bad. Something he didn't want anyone to know, even if it meant killing someone. It's impossible.
Don't make me repeat myself.
How many times must I repeat myself? To judge others by your own standard is the height of folly. Even if you can't comprehend it, he obviously can. That's all there is to it. Well, while we're on the subject, why don't I tell you? That embarrassing memory, that secret he didn't want anyone to know. You know what Mondo did? He killed his own brother. Mondo, the ultimate biker gang leader, makes all the hoodlums and riffraff across the country tremble. But the only reason he had the chance to join a gang in the first place was because of a certain someone. Mondo's older brother's name was Daya Owada. Mondo had nothing but respect for him. It was because of Daya that Mondo got on a motorcycle. Mondo's brother was his only family growing up. He was the only one Mondo could trust or respect. He wanted to measure up to his big bro, so he imitated him in everything he did. Mondo was the epitome of that starry-eyed kid brother. Meanwhile, the charismatic older brother had put together a local motorcycle gang. And before anyone knew it, it had grown into the biggest biker gang in the country. Daya, the older brother, number one in the gang, and his number two, his younger brother Mondo. In the beginning, everything was peaches and gravy. But then Mondo started to think about how he would have to take over the gang from his brother someday. His brother's greatness, his reputation began to gnaw on Mondo's very soul. The kid's gonna take over for you, Daya, huh? Daya created this gang with his bare hands. Mondo's just along for the ride. Can someone like that really be our leader? All that would do is make the gang look bad. Almost every day, Mondo heard the gossip and whispers of all the other members of the gang. Which is why I gotta get stronger. Stronger than Daya. Once. Just one time. No matter what, I gotta win. I don't care what it takes. I gotta come out on top. And on the night of his amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged him to a street race. But during this race, tragedy struck. Crazy Diamond! The kid brother pushed ahead with his reckless abandon, eager for victory. and dashed into oncoming traffic, but suddenly... Laying in his kid's brother's arms, the older brother delivered his final words. "My bad, kid. I fucked up. Sorry." Of course, he knew it was his brother's fault, but Dai never blamed him for what happened. "Hey, kid. The rest is up to you. No matter what, you gotta keep the gang together. Because it's the team you and me put together. It's a promise between men." He decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the gang. In order to keep the gang together, and keep the promise to his brother, he could never admit to anyone that it was his own weakness that caused the accident. And as a result, the team was made even stronger under the banner of a kid who bested his big brother. Daya was gonna lose to his kid brother, so he got stupid and got himself killed. That became the explanation for what happened. Mondo's lie became the truth. He wanted to lead the team so bad he was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother. I'm strong. Strong. And yet, as soon as our killing game began, he realized, no matter how tough he pretended to be, he was just another weakling that could die in an instant. And then the hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. At that point, it was clear I would have no problem shedding light on his secret. Mondo killed his own older brother. No matter what, I couldn't let the other gang members find out. If that happened, everything would have been ruined. Everything me and my brother had worked to create would have been destroyed. His death, all that guilt I'd been carrying around, it all would have been for nothing. So that's why Mondo, after I saw what Monokuma had on me, my head filled up with all kind of fuzzy uneasiness, and I just started swirling around. I'd never found anything like it before. I didn't know what to do about it. I wasn't sure what to think or say, but after a while that fuzzy uneasiness turned itself into a rock-hard lump of anxiety way down in my stomach. And it was right around then that Chihiro had asked me to start working out with him. And right there he told me a secret. Seriously? Jesus.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry I lied to you. But why? Why now? Why are you telling me this all of a sudden? Huh? Because, I mean, you kept the secret all this time, right? If anyone find out, you would.
But
You're right, but
I want to change.
I wrapped myself in lies. I'm weak. I want to destroy that version of me forever. His words were like a knife in my gut. I felt like he was exposing the lie I'd been living myself. I have to change. I don't want to be weak anymore. You're so strong. It can't hurt you, right? Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us.
You piece of...
So what? You're saying I should just say it? You're saying if I really am, I should just be able to tell everyone my secret? Huh? I was jealous. I was jealous of Chihiro's strength. He had the strength to face his own weakness, to try and overcome it. It was the kind of strength I'd never had. So I was jealous of him. And that jealousy broke me. Are you making fun of me? I'm strong? Are you fucking with me right now? I'm not making fun of you. You really are strong, Mondo. Felt like I could hear something starting to creep. Something inside of my head. What did he want me to do? What was I supposed to do? Was I supposed to just sit back and let my secret get revealed and ruin everything? What's wrong? Why did you have to tell me all that? Are you trying to rub my failure in my face? No, I just really admire you. I admire your strength. That's right, I am strong. Strong. I'm strong. Strong. Stronger than you. And stronger than Daya. I don't really remember anything after that. When I woke up again, he was laying at my feet, covered in blood. I had the dumbbell in my hand and I was just staring at him down on the ground. Hey. I killed him.
I killed Chihiro, even after all this time. I'm still just as weak as I've always been. And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
Mondo. He was normally so aggressive, so angry. He hid that weak side away from everyone. That was his secret. A weakness like that lived in a heart like his, and it turned him cold-blooded. God damn it. Look at him, you see? You're all just like him. For a secret from the past, for a memory. For that, he put another living human in cold blood. He couldn't cut free of his regrets from the outside world. He doesn't know what true strength is. Do you see hope anywhere in there? 'Cause I sure don't. You bastard! Shut up, you son of a bitch! Go ahead and say that again, I dare you! Okay, I'll say it as many times as I want. Is what I want to say, but unfortunately I can't do that right now, because the time for punishing is fast approaching. Punishing? You mean execution? That's what I promised you, right? The Blacken that disturbs the peace will be punished. Hold on! Now then, I prepared a very special punishment for Mondo Owada, the ultimate biker gang leader. No, wait. What?
Sorry, man. I couldn't keep the promise we made. From one man to another.
Damn. Laugh at death and your soul will forever be at peace. Can't be. My brother. Another murder and another execution. I want to feel again. Everyone's lives are taken so lightly here. I feel like I might be going mad. Maybe I'll just let it happen. As Taka's head screams invaded our skulls, we were each forced to realize once again, but of course he had to. What a disappointment. This is the end of the game? Byakuya. You are completely insane, you know that? A game? One of our friends is dead, do you realize that?
Naturally.
Of course I do, because this game is life or death. I don't have anything to say to you. I have no response except that. I just don't understand why. Why did you go out of your way to disguise Mondo's crime? Why? Isn't it obvious? Because it made things more interesting. His voice was calm, emotionless, like the voice of death. It chilled me to the bone. Last night, when the murder took place, I was in the library as usual.
Honestly.
So you ignored the nighttime rule too? That rule never mattered to me. I don't recall agreeing to it. Well, I don't particularly care. Please continue. That night grew late and I decided to return to my room, which is when I stumbled upon him. I spotted Mondo coming out of the girls' locker room. After he'd gone, I looked inside and saw the corpse. You mean you actually witnessed the murder? He was such a fool. He didn't have the slightest idea that I'd seen him. Sort of you just knew who the culprit was from the very beginning?
That's right.
Indeed. But if that had been the end of it, how boring would that have been? I mean, what a waste of time to have the answer revealed right at the beginning. Which is why I decided to lend a little helping hand. I thought it would have livened things up. You did all that to liven things up.
See.
So after hearing about Genocide Jack from Coco, you decided to use that to create the fake murder scene. But damn, man, if we hadn't figured that out, who'd really have done it? You would have been dead too, right? Well, obviously, I would have revealed the truth before it reached that point, of course. Byakuya turned and looked me in the eye. I felt his sharp eyes piercing into me. Thanks to a certain remarkable someone, it never did. And I was able to perform an interesting experiment. Once I do decide to become black, and I now know who I have to watch out for.
Correct.
So that was your reason. Are you satisfied? Yes. We're done listening to your story. Moving on.
Hey.
There's something I'd like to ask Monokuma.
What's this?
Oh, I'm up next? You like to perform these elaborate executions each time, correct? My question is why? Do you like them? But you know, this punishment, this despair, it's not just for you. All this punishment, all this despair is my gift to mankind itself. You're over-exaggerating. I am not over-exaggerating. These punishments are meant to transform all hope to despair. What do you mean? Me? Me? Me. Me. Good grief. I don't understand why you have to pick apart every little stupid thing. Whatever. It doesn't matter. In the end, I'm going to stand alone as the victor, and then everything will be revealed to me. Ah, the noble son of a noble family. Truly, you understand me. I think this is the start of a terrifying friendship. Shut up. I would never stoop to the level of a childish criminal like you. Let me just say this. After I've achieved complete victory, you are up next. I'm going to find you and kill you. Understand? In the name of the Togami family, for which victory is a foregone conclusion. Oh, that's so cool. It's like you're the main character of a video game or something. No trash mod for you. I swear, whatever it takes, I will kill you. Temper? Sounds like someone needs a nap. Monokuma's laughter peeled across the courtroom, and that curtain closed on the case of Chihiro and Mondo. But I knew this wasn't the end. The killing game would still continue. Because the mastermind wouldn't let it end. For those who were still alive, our worst fear and despair kept on multiplying. It was the kind of despair that felt like a blind puppy in hell had more of a future than us. All of our courage, effort, friendship felt like it was amounting to nothing at all. It was the worst kind of despair.
Well, anyway, like I was saying, this is a pretty good spot. Yeah, a really good spot. Anyway, isn't it amazing how that girl went and killed someone before things even had a chance to get boring? Once things really get moving, it'll be like a fear and despair charge. But I must admit, I went to all the pain and effort of making you part of the group. You do remember you were supposed to make the first move. Well, no biggie. Nothing we can do about it now. So just do your best. After all, that's... As long as you don't want to know my measurements. My. You really took me by surprise there. I know I said you could super denied, ultra denied, demonic denied. Because you see, that's my ace in the hole. And nobody'd be dumb enough to reveal that, right? No matter how close they were to their friend.
Chapter 2, Boy's Life of Despair, the end. There's only 10 of us left. Damn. To be continued. The crazy diamond coat. Yeah, I'll save. Well, damn, this was, I'm gonna end that there. Holy hell, this was an episode. I really wished it was Byakuya or Toko at the very least. But no, it had to be, of course, it had to be one of my favorite characters. But then again, I will admit I do really like the parallels of Mondo and Chihiro, the strong and the weak. I actually love that. Like that was by far like my favorite part of this game. But yeah, you made it this far. Thank you for watching. Be on the lookout for the next video, and I will see you all in the next one.